that something small happens, whatever it may be, uh, whatever happens around you gets you annoyed. It could be the way maybe you have kids in the house, and these kids, they're making a lot of noise. Or it just basically everything happening around you gets you annoyed. So it means like get irritable. That's what it means. I mean, every little makes you angry, gets you upset. Today we're going to look at time expression because our topic was talking about, it says no time for anything. So I want us to look at this expression. It says time expression. And today we're going to be looking at uh, a lot of them. The first one is on time. Now, when you say on time, it means not to be late. Not to be late. Uh, for example, at your place of work, or you're a student at a university, and it's now the time is given. It says 8 o'clock. You're there on time. That's what it means. You arrive at the right time. 8 o'clock. You come at 8 o'clock. That's what it means. Which is why you have an example. The train always runs on time in my country. They are never late. That's what it means. Always. So when you see this phrase on time, it means not to be late. Then we're going to go to the second one. Time flies. Time flies. It's a common idiom. It's like a proverb. It says means that time passes quickly. Time flies, which is why you have the example when you're having fun. So, for example, you're having a good time. When you say you're having a good time, it means you're talking to your friend on the phone, you're playing games, you're doing something interesting, something exciting, and then you look at your wristwatch and you're like, oh, time has gone. I can't believe 3 hours have passed. That's time flies. There are things that we enjoy, things that you love doing, and it always feels like time is not enough. There's not enough. Oh, we're having fun. Oh, I never knew that time has flight. That's what it means by time flies. Now, you look at the next one. It's talking about in the nick of time. In the nick of time. I want you to take a look at this phrase here. Now, this expression, it means that you finish something just before it is too late, at the last possible moment. Another example is you at work, you have a project. Let's say you were given a project at work, and the project at work is 1 week for you to finish this project. Now, the 1 week has almost ended. You are on the last day. Even let's say it's on Sunday, you have to submit the project. Then it's at midnight, or possibly on Monday morning, you submit your finished project. That's what it means. In the nick of time, at the last possible moment, or before it is too late. For those of us who love sports, football, hockey, basketball, my team scored in the nick of time, meaning the game was in the last few seconds. Maybe the game was almost coming to an end, and the other team scores. That's what it means. Now, we're going to go to the next one, save time. But before we do that, let's take a look at the comment. We have this gentleman called Sergey. Sergey, can you hear us? If you can hear me, type yes. Sergey Livkun. Livkun Sergey. If you can hear me, type yes. So, And we're going to look at this one. It's talking about save time. Save time means we save time when we do something the quick way. That's what it means. For example, you have a task and you have to do the task in 1 hour time, and you find a short and easy way, and it takes you 30 minutes to do it. That's what it means. We save time if taking a bus. Save time. Then we're going to look at another one. It says spare time. Spare time. Now, in spare time, it says usually when you're in natural English, spare time has the same meaning as free time. The things we do when we're not busy with work or study. For example, in my spare time, I like to learn English. In my spare time, I like to watch football. In my spare time, I like to sing. In my spare time, I like to, do something interesting, like your hobbies, your passions, things that are interesting for you when you are not working or when you're not busy or with study. We're going to look at another phrase. This time around is as time goes by. As time goes by. So it means that as time passes or as time moves, it is talking about the passing of time. The passing of time. Now, I want you to take a look at this one, okay? Here. You have, as time has gone by, I have become less interested in going to nightclubs or on the weekend. That's what it's talking about. As time has gone by, I've become less interested in going to nightclubs on the weekend. Now, mm, it's talking about now, you are no longer interested in things that you used to do before. That's what it means. If some things was exciting for you or it was interesting for you, you have stopped doing them. That's what it means. So it's not as interesting for you as it used to be. That's an example. Then you have a make time. What is make time? It means to find time to do something. Uh, now, to do something, if you are busy, you have to clear some time in your schedules to do something. That's what it means. It says, I know that you're busy, but you have to make time to attend the meeting. To make time means to find time to do something. We have to clear some time in our schedules to do something. Okay, I want you to look at time for a change. Time for a change. Time for a change means to stop what you're doing and start doing something else with your life. That's what it means. For example, you work in the bank or you work at you're a teacher or at a university, whatever it is your job is, and you've been doing it for a really long time. Then you say, I've been doing the same job for 5, 6 years. I feel that it is time to do, I feel it is time for a change. I want to do something new. That's what it means. Time for a change. Now, we look at another one. It says, time is money. Time is money. Now, with this expression, it means that your time is a valuable commodity. So here's the key. Time, when you say time is money, it means that your time is important for you. That's what it means. I can't wait here all day. Time is money. You know, that's what it's talking about. Now, you go to another one, which is it's a very interesting phrase, this one here. And I want you all to take a look at it very carefully. Time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. Now, when you hear this phrase, you're like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Time heals all wounds. It means that um, your emotional feelings of hurt, your emotional, those who have experienced emotional pain, not physical ones. This is like a metaphor. Something happens to you, maybe you feel sad that a loved one has passed away. When we say loved one, someone that was close to you, maybe a family member. Some people had problems in their relationship. This is what it means. So, and then you will experience pain. You will be sad. You will not be happy because of what has happened. So, which is why the expression was given. I was sad for a long time after I broke up with my boyfriend. But time heals all wounds. I'm fine now. So maybe something happens last year at a certain period of time, 2019. This is 2020. Now you feel better. So, which is why it says time heals all wound. Now you go to another one. It's the next one is talking about queue time. Now, what is queue time? It means to do something that is not very interesting or important to pass time. We all do this. You're at an interview, a job interview. Let's say you go for a job interview, or you are at the bus. A very good example is for those of us who use transport. You are at the metro, you are at the bus station, you're waiting for your bus to come. What do you do? Let's say your boss is coming in 10 minutes time. You're thinking, what do I do? What do I do? You bring out your phone. That's why you see everyone usually at bus stations with your phone. You're listening to music. You're just doing something, just to pass time. It means to kill time so that you don't stand and you're just looking and saying 10 minutes is a lot of time. So you do it to kill time. We're waiting for something that will take place later. But we have an example here. It says, we've got 4 hours until our flight leaves. What are we going to do until then? How are we going to kill time? That's an example that I just gave you, the much simpler one. And then you have time after time. Time after time. Now, what is the meaning of time after time? You have the phrase time, but then you have another one says time after time. Let's find out what it means, time after time. Now, we're going to look at it here. It means that when something happens or is done time after time, it means that it happens again and again. The action repeats. For those of us who are always late, maybe you're late, you try to come early, but you can't come early. You come late. And then the boss says, oh, why are you late? So don't worry, next time I will not be late. Say, no, this is not the first time. Time after time, you are always late for work. That's what it means. Time after time, an action that repeats itself again and again and again. Now, this is for those of us who are working class people, who are part of the working class sector. And it's a very interesting time expression. And it is called time off. Time off. Now, if you take a look at this one, it says to take a holiday from work. We all know it as either you say vacation, you say holiday. Say I need to take a holiday, I need to take a vacation. But you can also say time off. Someone can ask you, how much time off do you get at work or at your job? Or in most cases, it can be you're working too much, you need to take some time off. So it means to take a holiday from work. Now we're going to look at another one. This is a waste of time. Now, if you notice from all the phrases that we've seen today, it's always time, 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 and time. So we're going to look at another one. It's saying a waste of time. Yes, Olga Koverchuk, I'm going to come back to your questions. Don't worry. Between make and do. Okay? Just let's try the once back to your question. Now, when you say a waste of time, it refers to, when we say refers, it means to talk about something. A waste of time means anything that is not a useful way to spend your time. So it means that you're doing something that is not productive or it's not useful. That's what it means. A waste of time. For example, just sit down. If you have a lot of time and you're sitting down in front of your television, watching TV from morning all day for hours, that's not productive. That's what it's talking about. A waste of time. Some people can sit down in front of the TV 2, 3 hours. That's what it's talking about. Waste of time watching series or watching a TV show. But we have an example here. It says it's a waste of time calling that company. They never answer the telephone. But a waste of time means basically doing something that is not productive or it's useless. Now we take a look at another one. It says a hard time. A hard time. Now, to have a hard time, it means to do something that is difficult or to suffer hardship. When you say hardship, hardship means something going through uh, some circumstances or a period of your life that is difficult. You say, oh, I'm going through such hard times now, or I'm going through such a difficult time at my job, or I'm going through a difficult period. You can say difficult period or a difficult time. It's still the same thing. Now you look at it, it says here, she has had a hard time recently. She lost her job and then her mother died. When you say recently, it means something that happened not too long ago. We don't know the period, but it means that not very long ago, just some time ago, very close by. So you can say she's had a difficult time recently. Now, you look at the second example. For example, it says, I had a hard time trying to find this place. The directions you gave me were terrible. So you can say, I had a difficult time trying to find this place. The directions you gave me were bad or were not good. That's the meaning of terrible, meaning something not good. Now, we look at the next one. It says, too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. Now, it means that you have too much free time and there's not enough things to do. He watches so much TV because he has too much time on his hands. What does it mean, too much time on his hands? It means there's not a lot of things for him to do. That's why he is watching TV. He needs to get a job. For example, if someone is not working, this person just sits at home. What does he do? He or she do? He or she will, if it's not going to look for a job, or okay, if it tries to find a job, that's fine. But then you start doing something like to pass time, meaning patratit vremia. You watch television, you watch YouTube, do something that is not useful. That's when you say I have too much time on my hands because I don't have enough things to do, or I don't have anything productive to do. That's what it means. Now you go to another one. It says a a whale of a time. Now it means to have a great time, to do something really fun. For example, you say, oh, you're with your friends, whatever activity it may be, whatever it may be, you are having a good time. So when you see a whale of a time, it means to have a great time, to do something really interesting, something that is fun. That's what it means. I had a whale of a time at your party. Please invite me to your next one. This party was awesome. This party was great. Invite me when next you're having a party. That's what it means. Now, remember, we just went through a few of them. Time off, as you can see, a waste of time, a hard time, too much time on my hands, a whale of a time. Now, we're going to look at comparative adjectives and adverbs. That's what we're going to do. Now, what is comparative adjectives? We're going to try and find out. But before we go into going deeper, it means making comparisons between two or more things. Adverbs. Now, we're going to also find out about adverbs. So let us go to the next page. Now, adjectives and adverbs, okay? Here, it's talking about to make comparisons. Now, they are used to, what do we use them for? Like I said, it's to just to show what is different or what is similar between two or more things. Now, if you use them to make in comparative forms, it's always in one or in two ways. Now, you look at the first one here, because some adjectives, the basic adjectives, they have basically just one syllable, which is taking the ending er. Some of them has some adjectives end in y form. That is to by taking the ending er. For example, you have an adjective happy. Happy is an adjective, it ends in y. Now, but in comparative form, we add ier. So it becomes happy, happier. Now you say he looks more happier. He looks happier than his brother. Now making comparison between two things or two people. So let's find out more about comparative adjectives. Now you look at the first one. You have new. You have newer. You have hard, harder. Now you look at the number of syllables. It's one. Syllables. You have the second one is also one. Cute. We know what cute is. Cute is like, you see a cat. So, oh, that cat looks really cute. That baby looks really cute. That's what cute is. To talk about something that looks, very attractive and very nice. Then we come to pretty. We use it to describe, oh, she looks prettier than her sister. That's a pretty girl. Lonely. It means you don't have anyone in your life and you feel like you are alone in the world. That there's nobody in your life, nothing. So you say, I feel lonely. Then you have lonelier. That is also two adjectives, two syllables. Pardon me, two syllables. You look at beautiful. Now with beautiful, beautiful is with more. It has three syllables. That's why you see here it's talking about more beautiful, beautiful, more beautiful in comparative form. Then you come to popular. You know what popular is? Um, you tell someone, oh, Spain is a popular country for tourists. And no, 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 Spain is not a popular country for. Japan is more popular now than Spain. So what I just did was making comparisons between two countries, popular, more popular. Then you come to another one. You have examples. It says, she is the shorter of the two sisters. She's the shorter of the two sisters. You have the next one. She is shorter than her sister. This fax machine is newer than that one. The manager wants to be more popular than the previous one. See, like I said, more popular, newer. Let's take a look at adverbs. Now we're going to look at adverbs. Now you go to the next one. You have here, there's fast, there's faster. It's one syllable. Quickly, more quickly. That is two. Sadly, more sadly. Thoughtfully, more thoughtfully. Politely, more politely. And then there's examples. We finished our project faster than they finished theirs. The new copier prints pages more quickly than the old one. He understands the course more easily than her. Now, when you say thoughtfully, Evgeny, I'll come to your question. Now, you say thoughtfully. Thoughtfully means that you're thinking of something, in your mind. You have a person in your mind more thoughtfully. You think of something. That's what it means. Thoughtful. Thought is not you're thinking. When you say, I'm thinking about something, what is on your mind? I'm having some thoughts. That's what thoughtful means. Then you say, I need to think about this. He's more thoughtful, meaning you have a lot of thoughts going on in your mind. That's what thoughtfully means. To be thoughtful, to think about to think about another person, to think about the welfare of a person. For example, let me make another example for you, Evgeny. Um, we all have parents, and or you might have family. Now, we know that there are times when, because our family, or let's just say parents, they're old or they might need some assistance, and you observe and you look at them. They don't need to tell you how they're feeling. Maybe there are some things that is difficult for them, and then you decide to help someone. You decide to help them. It might not even be your parents. You might have friends, you might have family, or people who are close to you, and you observe them, or they might tell you how they feel from time to time. But you always remember them, you keep them in your mind, and then you try to do something for them. That's what it means thoughtfully, or to be thoughtful. And you try to make things easy for them. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next one. It says, as you can see, the difference mostly between more quickly is always comparative. So, and then you look at another one is than. Now, 1 second. Um, now, you look at this one, it says than. Now, it says he understands the course more easily than her. Now, the word than is usually used in comparative forms, which is why you have she gets lots of benefit because she's been here longer, which is the correct form. This is incorrect. She gets a lot of benefit because she's been here more longer. He walks more quickly than us. Now, you don't need to add um, a syllable here, er. So it should be he walks more quickly than us because quickly is an adverb. Now let us take a look at as. When you use as plus adjectives and adverb, either way, if it's an adjective or if it's an adverb, to make comparisons when the things we're comparing are equal in some way. Remember, comparative is to talk about differences or if something is better than something else. For example, the weather this summer is as bad as last year. You're talking about the weather of last year because the weather is bad this year, so you make a comparison between something that happened before and something that is happening now, meaning there is no difference. Now, we're going to go back to so right from the start, and then I'm going to take a question, Olga's question, talking about the difference between make and do. Now, Olga, your question is regarding make and do. Now, you have here, one second. Now, we don't have do, but I'll tell you because it's not really here. So, Olga, your question is make and do. Now, when you say do is, we use it for, it's an action word, do. It's a verb. Now, we use do for actions, we use it for obligation, and we use it for some task or exercise that is repetitive, that repeats from time to time. For example, you say, I want to do my homework. I want to do my homework. What are you doing? I am doing my homework. I must do some cleaning in my house. That is still talking about do. Like I said, we use it for actions and we use it for things that we think is important for us. Obligation. This is what obligation is. Olga? Obligations. So do is for actions, obligations, and repetitive tasks. One second, let me just try to repetitive, yes. So just know that do, Olga, is for actions, it's for obligations, and for tasks that you have to do every time. That's why I wrote repetitive. Now, what is make? When you say make is for producing something or for actions that you usually do. That's why you have make, or it usually refers to the result. I want to make. Now, for example, when I mean to produce something, you say, "What are you going to do in the kitchen?" Oh, I want to make uh, a cup of tea. I want to make breakfast. I want to make dinner. I want to make sandwich. So do is for action. Make is for creating or for producing something. That's the difference between make and do. So remember, so it's basically do is for actions. Make is for creating or producing something. I want to make dinner. I want to make breakfast. I want to make a cup of tea. So, Olga, I hope that I answered your questions regarding the difference between make and do. So, we're going to go back to the first one. So, today we were talking about no time for anything. You're welcome, Olga. So please don't be shy. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll be here to ask. But I think that the reason why we cannot change it to discussion mode is because we have almost 50 people here. Usually, it's possible to discuss with everyone, but I don't know why. I can't change it to so that I can hear your questions. So something, write something, write any questions if you have. Now, you have no time for anything. When you say to-do list, I want everyone to pay attention. Now, to-do list, we use it to make a plan for what you are going to do for the day. So, like tomorrow is Thursday, I take my biro, I take a piece of paper, and then I write Thursday, my plans, my to-do list. That's what I write. And I write everything that I'm going to do for Thursday. Then when I finish, I start to mark them. So to-do list is more like a plan for what you're going to do for the next day. To-do list. That's what it means. Now, yes, Larissa says, can we have this document? Yes, you can. It's possible to have it on your student's page. And if it's not there, I will speak to the admin to support so that you can have um, this lecture so you can get it. Now, as you can see on page 2, we were talking about time expressions. That's why everything we talked about today, let's say 80% of today's lessons was on time because it says, yes, Larissa, you can have the document. It's possible. So today's lesson was on time expression. And if you look at it, there was a lot of time expressions, but there was also some new vocabulary words, as you can see here. You know, just some words and phrases to learn that you will find useful. You have immediately, get impatient. What is get impatient? Get impatient means that you don't have patience to do anything. If, for example, uh, you're listening to you have a lecture. Okay, you have a meeting at work. Let's put it this way. And this meeting at work is going to take 1 hour, and you're like, oh, 1 hour is too much. I can't wait. I don't have time. I don't have patience for this. I don't want to spend 1 hour in a meeting. That means you are impatient. That's what it means. Get impatient. As patient as. What's the word? What's the meaning of the word patient? For example, some people find it difficult to work with children. Some people say children are not easy to work with. But there are some people, children can shout, can play, can be stubborn, run around, but they laugh, they smile, they say, oh, it's wonderful, it's nice, there's no problem. I have patience with children. I love children. I'm patient with them. Some people, no, is the opposite. They are not patient with children. They say, oh my God, no, I don't want to work with kids. It's difficult. It's too hard. I don't have patience for them. That is the word get impatient. I'm giving you an example. Now, It doesn't matter. Someone, for example, um, you see someone, your friend, someone you know. This person is not happy, or this person is angry, is sad, and you're like, oh, what's the matter? So it doesn't matter. It's not important. What is on your mind? It doesn't matter. It's fine. This is what it's. This is when you see phrases like this. Now we're going to go to the another one. It's back to the page. So this is more like revision. Priorities. Priorities are important for you. That's what it means. Priorities. And now the things that you think that are important for you in your daily life, or in your at your job, or things that are important. Basically, that's what it means. And then you have a multitask. Multitask means to do two things at the same time. Doing two tasks at the same time. That's what it means. Space. Space means that you want to be alone. You want to have some time to have some time with yourself. That's space. Go boating. It means you take your boat, you spend some time at the river or at the sea, or go kayaking. It's still the same thing. Go boating. Feel frustrated. Feel frustrated means, like I said earlier on in the lesson, it means that you try to do something again and again and again. You're not making progress. You're not. There's no sign of success. You try one time, it doesn't work. You try another time, it doesn't work. Then you are angry. Get irritable. So it's very important. You guys should try to write these words down. Get irritable, it means that every little thing annoys you, every little thing makes you angry. That's what it means. Get irritable. And then you have time expressions. Time expressions. Today, so I'll repeat myself again. On time. To be on time means not to be late. So I'm going to ask a few of you questions, and we're going to try to talk with someone. We have Slavish Olga. Slavish Olga. Olga, if you can hear me, I want you to write yes. Slavish Olga. Can you type in yes, Olga, if you can hear me? Oh, very good. So, Olga, we're talking about time expression. So, are you always on time? If you're always on time, you write yes. Tell me, are you always on time? Maybe to work, maybe you want to meet some friends or anything. Tell me. That's what it means. On time. It means not to be late. On time. You're not always on time. Okay. Olga, do you always use a to-do list? Look at it on the page. To-do list to make a plan. Do you use a to-do list? If you use a to-do list, you can also let me know. No, why? Is it that it's not useful for you? Okay, so no, it's good. So we take questions from one more person. We have here. I think I've missed what does as time goes by. It would be great if you repeated it. Okay, so Evgeny. Now we're gonna look at it here. You have as time goes by. It means the passing of time. That's what it means. And you have some example here. As time goes by, I become less interested in going to nightclubs on the weekend. Now, as time goes by, it means basically that things that you like or things that you used to love or enjoy, you don't like them anymore. For example, maybe when you were young, a little bit younger, maybe, okay, like now, we're in our 20s. You're a young man. You used to enjoy um, doing something, doing some sort of activities, maybe playing football, listening to rock music. But as time goes by, as you get older, that's what it means. As you get older, you don't like rock music anymore. The things that you used to like, you don't like them anymore. Your taste starts changing. You don't like those things that you used to like before. That's what it means. I hope I answered your question, Evgeny. As time goes by, I become less interested. That's what it means. Okay, you're welcome. Any other one? Any other person? Any other question from? So let's take from Victoria Smirtiva. Victoria, if you can hear me, type in yes. Type yes, Victoria, if you can hear me. Okay, we have Julieta. Julieta Sobal, can you hear me? If you can, so you can type in yes. So, like as I was saying, we were talking about time expressions. We really have a lot of them that are really useful. And you have make time. What is make time? It means to find the time to do something. So, Julieta, tell us, do you use a to-do list to make plans? Type in yes if you do. If you use a to-do list to make plans for your day. Sometimes yes, but not always a lot. Okay. Now, uh, you have time for a change. Time for a change. So it means to stop what you're doing and start doing something else with your life. So make time. Time for a change. Time is money. Time heals all wounds. So I think that this one might be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to repeat it again. When you say time heals all wounds, it means that for those of us, for people who has experienced emotional pain, not physical ones, but emotional pain. The Someone lost a father, someone lost a family member, grandmother, grandfather. That's what it means. And this person was close to you, or you broke up, the person breaks up with a partner, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you feel pain. That's what it means, which is why we say time heals all wounds. I was sad for a long time after I broke up with my boyfriend, but time heals all wounds. I am fine now because time has passed. Kill time. So, to kill time means to do something that is not very interesting or important to pass time. So, we're going to take another question from uh, Julieta. Julieta, are you always on time at work? If you can hear me, you write your answer. Are you always on time wherever it is you're going? Is it to work or maybe to see friends? Oh, no. Okay. And okay. Yes, so I'm waiting for your answer. I can't to be on time. It should be, so your answer, it shouldn't be I can't to be on time. It should be I am not always, I'm not always on time. This is how it should be. I am not always on time. Okay. Okay, so we'll take one more. So I'll try to be taking a lot of questions with everyone. So we have Smertiva Victoria. If you can hear me, write in yes. Something if you can. So both you, Victoria, Smertiva Victoria, and Tihonovich Olga. Can you hear me? If you can, so type in something on the comments. All right, Olga, how are you? Okay, very good, Olga. So that's great to hear. So, oh, thank you, Olga. I'm happy to hear that. So, Olga, what I want to hear from you is, are you always on time, or do you make a to-do list for your plans? Do you make a to-do list? Do you use a to-do list? So it should be like this. Usually, usually I am late and I can't do anything. I can't do anything about this situation. This is how it should be. Okay, Olga. Usually I am late and I can't do anything about this situation. So we'll take from Shlesin Dimitri. You're welcome, Olga. Shlesin Dimitri, can you hear me? If you can, please write in the comments. Shlesin Dimitri. Shlesin Dimitri. Or Tivetkova Valeria. If you can, please write in something. I'm seeing two Sidorovich Anna. How come there's two Sidorovich Anna? Yes, Dimitri and Tivetkova Valeria. Please write in something. Okay, hello Anna. How are you? Anna, so tell us, do you get time off at work? Time off. You know what time off means? Time off. Do you get time off at your work? Time off. How many times a year? Yes, свободное время. No, свободное время. It's that's free time, but time off means a vacation, okay, or holiday. I want you to look at it here. It's here. Time off. It means to take a holiday from work. Отпуск. Yes, Valeria. So it means to take a holiday from work. You're working too hard. You're working too much. You need to take some time off. So uh, I don't have free time, Dimitri. So you don't get time off from work. So you work all year without time off, Dimitri. Okay, Dimitri, what do you do in your spare time? What do you do? You know what spare time means? Spare time means free time. I think someone wrote swobodno vremya. So that's your free time. What do you do in your free time? I walk with my family. Okay, very good. You walk with your family. That's good. And Dimitri, are you always on time? Are you always on time? Are you punctual? Please answer the question, Dimitri. Are you always on time? You always on time? Anna, if you can hear me, this question is for you. Do you have time off on your job? Do you have time off at your job? It means vacation or holiday. Okay, yes, you have time off on your job. How much time, Anna? How much time? Twice a year. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna take from another person. Um, so if you're there, Smirtiva Victoria, you can reply us. You can say yes, Sakun Lubov, and Melnik Daria. Sakun Lubov and Melnik Daria. Type in yes. If you can't hear me, just write in yes. Melnik Daria. Yes. Hello, Daria. How are you? And oh, very good. So, Daria, do you so one question that I have for you is, mm, how do you what do you do in your spare time, Daria? What do you do in your spare time? Yes, but what do you do in your spare time, Daria? One more person. Martin Kevich Maria and Artyom okay, Kolyardo Evgeny. Kolyardo Evgeny, Korolik Artyom. Yes, Korolik Artyom and Kolyardo Evgeny. If you can hear me, please type in yes. So the question, Melnik Daria, is what do you do in your free time? Yes, Anna, thank you for your answer. You said twice a year you have vacation. That's a good one. I don't have free time. That's for Dimitri. He says he walks with his family. In Yes, that's what he does in his spare time. And in spare time, I read books. Okay, good. But what kind of books do you read? What kind of books? Yes, Evgeny, how are you? Do you use a to-do list to plan, to make plans for your day? This question is for you, Koliato Evgeny. Do you use a to-do list to make plans for your day? Oh, that's fantastic, Evgeny. Okay, and are you always on time, Evgeny? Are you always on time? Are you always on time? Okay, I read different types of books. So it should be different types of books. Gorbachev Evgeny, yes. Okay, Korolik Artyom, yes. The question was, uh, do you get a time off at your job? Do you get a time off at your job? You are welcome, Daria. You're welcome. We'll try to take one more question before we go. Uh, Vla- Machkovsky Vladimir, if you can hear me, say hello. Yes, hello, Vladimir. So, what do you do in your spare time, Vladimir? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do in your spare time? Read books. Everyone seems to say they read books, different types of books. Okay. Do you read English book, Vladimir, or sometimes watch TV? Okay. Uh, Korolik Artyom. So I'm still waiting for your answer. Let's try to be fast as we can. So I have some people that I haven't talked to before. Please, all of you who came in today, I want to say that um, I appreciate it. I'm happy that all of you came to the lesson today. And so it's always good to interact, to talk with all of you and to chat. If I can't talk with everyone at the same time, don't worry in the next class. Try to, very most important thing is everyone should please try to be active on the chat. Try to write something. If you don't understand, don't be shy. Ask questions, ask anything. So it's always good as a student to ask question if you don't understand something. And all this that we learned today, time expression, I hope that you would use them in your practice of English. Yes, yes. At my last job, I had a time off, but on new job, I'm working for 2 months. Therefore, I need to wait for my time off. Yes, I had, yes, but on my new job, I am working. I have been working for 2 months. I've been working for 2 months. Therefore, I need to wait for my time off. That's how it should be. So everyone else that has been here, uh, yes, this is Igor. Yes, hello, Igor. And hello. Okay, so So before they type in and before we go, yes, I want to know what as patient as and get impatient meet when we are meeting at next time. So Andre, to your question, is still the same time. It's 7:30. Always 7:30. Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's 7:30. Evgeny, your question? Yes. Uh, as patient as it means. So I want you to come back here and you see it. I want you to look at when you say something as. Now, we use as with an adjective to make comparisons when the thing is equal in some way. Now, as patient as, if I say I'm just as patient as my mother, the meaning of patience is in Russian, I think it's terpение. That's what it means. I'm just as patient as my mother. So it means that, terpiliv, terpilivi. Yes, thank you, Andre. So it means that there is no difference. My mother is very patient. I am very patient. That's the difference between as patient as. Get impatient. It means you don't have patience at all. It's the opposite. Someone is patient and another person is what? Impatient. So he says, get impatient. Get impatient. He's always getting impatient because this person does not always have patience. Yes, Valeria, she has given you the the translation of what it means. Thank you, Valeria. That's what it means, Evgeny. So as patient as, when you use as, then put it again as patient as. It means comparing two things that there's no difference between this within the comparison. Two things are equal in some way. I'm just as patient as my mother. That's what it means. But comparative, remember that in comparative form, you are making comparison between two or more things. A very simple way is to say Russia is a big country, but Russia is bigger than China. So one is more than the other. Russia is a big country, but it's bigger than China. So I hope I answered your question, Evgeny, and everybody that tuned in today that wrote something. I'm very happy that you all wrote questions. Thank you all for answering the questions, and for all of you also I was not able to talk to. I hope that we will try to talk next time and try to write something on the in the chat room as we're talking. It will make our job more easier. For example, we have Pavel, Andre, Irina, Benko, Irina, Venikova, Margarita, Anna, Natalia. Yes, go. Jenny, you were quite chatty today. You asked a lot of questions. That's very good. Uh, Katya, Anna, if you're hearing me, I'm calling your names. Vitali, Ekaterina, Kavko, Maxime. I would really love if you guys can ask more questions. And so I say to all of you, thank you all for coming to the lessons. And it was very wonderful. It was very nice. Com competitive. Don't know what this is, but let's see. So, and Yes, sravnitelny forma priлагательных. Yes, exactly. Evgeny, you're right. That's it. Comparative, but it should be with C, not K. Dimitri, it should be with C. Comparative should be like this. 1 second. Comparative in adjective form. This is how it should be. Comparative form. Yeah. So, all of you, mm, don't forget on Monday, try to do the test. If there's any questions, write your questions. You can write your questions down on a piece of paper on the next lessons. Try to write something as we're learning. If you don't understand something, you ask in the chat and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Have a good evening. I wish everybody a wonderful evening today and have a good day tomorrow. Be safe, everybody. Be safe, everyone. And good night to everyone. So, bye, everybody, and take care. Yes, stay at home. Bye. Bye to everybody. Yes, thank you, Evgeny. Thank you for the lesson. Yes, I appreciate it too. Yes, bye. Yes, Daria. Yes, bye, Daria. So, but make sure you make a comment in the next class. Daria, I want to hear something from you. Bye. Igor, also bye, also to you. Yes. Bye to everybody. Bye, Dimitri.